Yeah, Tucson, I love it out here. Weather's great. Hot sunny days. The night's not too hot. The team, getting to know everybody, just bonding. Love the guys, so that's good.
When you entered the portal, what was that process like being recruited by Arizona? Who reached out to you 1st and how quickly did it come about you being here in Tucson?
Just entering the portal, just trying to find another spot for me where I feel like, I can just be successful and, being familiar with Arizona and, Coach Lloyd and everybody already. It was somewhere I felt like I can, just be successful at. So I feel like a place for me.
And who, I'll say that.
How much did it help? You knew from the first time around, right? That you knew Coach Lloyd and some of the guys, or
yeah, for sure.
How much when you look back at how much that mattered?
That definitely matters. The second time around, you want to make sure you definitely pick the right spot. So being familiar with Coach Lloyd and Coach Murphy and all those guys, were familiar with me, and so it was just an easy transition. It's kind of like I already knew those guys and already familiar with the system, so good fit.
How similarly are the two systems, playing at Alabama and coming to Arizona? Does it seem like a guard-oriented system there?
Yeah, for sure. Both elite guards, both play fast. Both have great coaches. So I would say it's similar in those aspects right there.
What did you learn during your time at Alabama playing those guys that moved on to the next level?
We had some great players, that moved on to the next level. 3-4 guys that's in the NBA. So, just learning their work ethic, the stuff that they did every day to get to the next level. I take bits and pieces from that and, try to bring it here and give it to my teammates. And hopefully, one day everybody on the team can get to that next level. So.
Do you have a sense yet, Jaden, how your role could play out? I know it's early here, and would it be different than Alabama?
Yeah. It's still early. Season hasn't started yet, so practice is starting up soon. So we'll kind of see what it looks like. So.
Going further from your time at Tuscaloosa, just growing up in Rochester and playing there, how do you think? What was it like playing there, and how do you think it helped your development?
Rochester. There's a lot of great players that come out of Rochester. Just growing up there, it's not a big town. Everybody knows everybody. So being compete with those guys, older guys, kind of helped me, shape me to who I am today, and grateful for that.
You mentioned there were a lot of similarities between the two programs, Arizona and Alabama. But what was the difference that made you want to jump?
Just helping my game, fit it better with some aspects of Alabama that you weren't able to do, and you could do it here. So, just that kind of aspect. It wasn't nothing too big, or just more. I feel like Arizona can help me show and progress my game more than Alabama. That's really it.
You mean it specifically, or like
or
just
yeah, just kind of the shot selection area, what shots you're able to take, and the system and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy.
How much of a factor was it when you look at a guy like Dalen Terry, who before this coaching staff came in really didn't have much of a jump shot, I could say. And then at the end of his time at Arizona with Tommy Roy and the staff, he was a knockdown three-point shooter. Just the development of his jump shot.
Sure.
How much did that factor in just the development aspect of Arizona?
Coach Lloyd and everybody on the staff they have a history of developing their guys, and that's one of the key things they kind of preach when they're recruiting development. They show different clips and stuff like that. So, and as a player, you want to get better, and your head coach is kind of hands-on with development. That's kind of big, and that's what really sold it for me.
I'm not wanting to read too much into the games on the trip, but just looking over those boxes, and seeing them, you didn't shoot a whole lot, but you were very efficient with it. You kind of see yourself as that player, or you see certain games you figure you might be more.
Yeah, just depending on the game, and what the defense is giving me, just being able to knock down those shots and being efficient with those. So whatever my team and whatever the night looks like, just taking, a couple of more threes, taking more threes, getting to the basket more, just reading the defense and seeing what they give me that night. So
Going off of those games, like Bruce said, I mean, you don't want to take too much away from them,
Yeah.
but it seems that you guys were pretty cohesive out there when you had all three guards on the court.
Mhm.
What have you learned from just that short time playing with those guys? What have you learned about each one of them?
yeah, we got some, great guards, Colin, Caleb, even Conrad, and then we can all play. So it's going to be, interesting to see, what lineup coach wants in and who, 'cause we got a lot of players that can go. I feel like everybody on the team, can find minutes. So this is going to be interesting to see who he meshes with and, the different lineups that can be out there at once. I feel like we got so many lineups that can be out there.
What are the challenges of learning how to play with new guards, new teammates that share the ball just like you do? You both have the ball in their hand. What are those challenges for a player?
It's not really challenges. I was just saying, that's the fun of basketball, trying to figure out everything and try to piece it together. As a player, you like trying to figure out stuff and figure out the pieces. Just trying to figure out where everybody likes the ball at. Their spots. And that's what we talked about overseas trip, like making your teammates better, helping them get better. So, reading what your teammates do as well and giving it to them in that spot.
You've been playing with those guys for a while and probably guarding all of them, I assume. How would you break down, guys like Philip, Kylan, et cetera, and
Yeah.
Caleb, what anything individually in each one of those guys?
Yeah, everybody is very unselfish. They want to see their teammates do well. They can all shoot the ball at elite level. Handle the ball. Everybody can create their own shot. And they all, they want to win, competitive. So that's the big things, and that's why I like playing with those guys.
We have a little bit, you guys are set to play Alabama December 20th, so how's it gonna feel playing against them rather than with them?
This is gonna be a normal game. Not gonna prepare for it a different way or go about it a different way. Just go out there and do what it takes to get the win at the end of the day. So,
Assigned to be the game scout?
not really. I'm gonna share my bits and pieces, but whoever got to scout that game and go out there and get a win.
Just looking at the schedule, seeing all the teams that you guys are going to be playing during the non-conference. I think you guys added FAU, Vegas as well. Just seeing all those teams that have been to the tournament and reached a high level, what does that do for a player when you know you're going to be challenged early during the non-conference?
For sure. That's big. As a player, you want to play against the best of the best. Show that you can compete with the top guys, the top teams. So, early on in the season, it's good to get those, big time matchups and see where we are as a team, see what we need to improve on, see what works for us, what doesn't. So that's going to be big for us.
What was it like for you after the trip? I understand you guys got a week or two off. What did you do? And play basketball or just rest? Or
Yeah, after the
focus on
trip,
school or what?
school is starting up, so getting the classes and everything like that. But personally, I watched some of the games, see what I did well, see what I need to improve on, and got in the gym by myself and still worked in my game. That's what I love to do. So
That's interesting because you had, unlike during the season when you got a game coming up right away, you had more time to reflect on these.
For sure.
Did you pick anything up from looking at yourself like that?
yeah, just we play fast and just seeing the stuff that I did well. Passing, get my teammates involved. It's definitely some shots I wish I hit. Everybody wish they can make every shot. So just seeing what the shots that I'm gonna get within the system and kind of just repping those out. Trying to perfect it.
And since then, you guys been back for some limited practices, or how's that going?
Oh,
Just workouts, just stuff like that, shooting stuff.
For Arizona fans that haven't seen you play maybe too much, how would you describe your game to them?
I would say a competitor. Love to win, do whatever it takes to get the win. Unselfish guard. Create for his teammates. Get a bucket. With knees. Downhill guard. Get to the free throw line. Aggressive. two-way player. Anything.
You mentioned two-way player, a lot of good defenders on the Cedars team. What are the differences thematically, defensively from Arizona to Alabama? What are the changes that you're trying to make?
I mean, different systems. So had a different defensive scheme plan at Alabama than over here. So it's going to be different. I like what we have going on so far. Everybody got a lot of guards that can get into each other. We got Big O, Crevis, key shot at the rim to block shot. So we're looking like a great defensive team.
Like you guys could go really big or have three guards like you did. What do you think? Or how it could play out? Or do you see maybe going where you throw both out there depending on who you're playing?
Yeah, that's what I like about our team. We got so many different lineups we could go with, and like you said, depending on who we're playing, if it's a smaller lineup, bigger lineup, gotta match them or go smaller, try to outrun them, or go bigger and try to try to play bully ball. So
What would you say is the difference between SEC basketball and Pac-12 basketball?
I mean, I haven't played Pac-12 basketball yet, but from the looks of it, and we run a lot of great sets and great coaches, staff, and everything here. SEC basketball, very competitive as well. You got the Alabamas, the Kentuckys, the LSU's. So I feel like both are great competition. So not too far off.
When you look back at your trip last month, anything that kind of sticks with you that changed you, or just a memory that kind of jumps out?
Basketball wise, or just anything?
Just in general, yeah.
Yeah, it was a great trip. Learned a lot of stuff. I would say birthplace, of Jesus. That was very cool. Growing up, in and out the church with my grandmother and all that stuff, and actually getting to see that stuff is cool. I took some pictures and videos and sent them to my grandmother and stuff like that. So it was cool.
Coming off the family aspects, so you're originally from New York and then you're in Florida and Alabama. What's it like to pick up and move across the country?
Yeah, man, I've been up and at it my whole life. All over the place, like you said. It was in Rochester, Florida, North Carolina, here. So happy to be here and just grateful.
What are some of your goals for this upcoming season?
Definitely be more efficient than last year. Get my numbers up, finishing 3-point percentage, free throw percentage. Win more games. Definitely want to get to that Final Four. Just do whatever it takes, to win a national championship. And I feel like we got the team, the roster, coaching staff, and everybody to do that.
Coming here to Tucson, Tucson's known for Mexican food. Have you found your favorite spot yet?
I haven't. I'm still open for some suggestions. Momo's across the street. I had that. That's pretty cool. I tried the Sonoran hot dog, I think it's called. That's not bad. But yeah, if you got any suggestions, I'm open. I'll let it try it.
And what are some things you miss maybe from East Coast food that you might not get out here in Tucson?
I'm not a picky eater, so I try new things. But I would say like the wings, pizza shops, and stuff like that. But I'm not a picky eater. I love trying new things.
On the trip.
I did. I mean, overseas they had a lot of hummus and different dips like that. I'm not a big fan. I'm a texture guy when it comes to food. So, but I tried it. And they like raw fish and stuff like that, and it wasn't bad. I wouldn't go out there and try it on my own.
Not your favorite thing?
Yeah, not my favorite thing.
Alabama, like anything southern.
Alabama,
Catfish or whatever.
yeah, catfish. They were big on the fish out there. I tried some of that. Had some good pizza, wing spots. My favorite spot out there was definitely the catfish spot. So.
You played with Caleb Love before you came to Arizona at all?
No, I actually played against him last year, at the PK80 tournament and a couple camps and stuff like that, but never, played with him.
What's it like going up against him, and how do you think that'll help?
Yeah, definitely an elite level point guard, combo guard, has been at the highest level and experienced player, very older, so he's, been to the national championship, Final Four, been to what all of us are trying to get to. So just listening to him and picking his brain and trying to help my game. So.
How much does it help having guys like Caleb Love and John Johnson, Final Four and national championship experience?
Yeah, experience is definitely big. Kind of having players that's been to that level. Knowing what it takes and what it takes to get there, and mixing that with a younger, hungry guys that we have. I think that's a great mix, and we can learn a lot from them. And Caleb and Keyshawn told us they're older veterans and they still want to learn too. So we can teach them things and they can teach us things as well. So love that.
All right. Thanks, Jay.